Hey there, I'm Jackie Ferris. This week on the 302, we are at the Dover Art League checking out the Members Gallery. We're going to learn about exactly what it takes to get something on the walls and talk to one of the artists. Get ready, the 302 is painting a beautiful picture straight ahead. Hey everybody, we are at the Dover Art League. It's our first visit here, and let me tell you, it is fantastic. I'm joined now by Chelsea Memolo to talk a little bit about what you can see whenever you walk through the doors. Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, give us a little bit of a history of the Art League. I know you guys were closed for a little while, but now you're up and running and just doing all kinds of things.
Yeah, so the Art League has been in business since the 70s. I don't remember the exact year,
That's
but
all right.
the late 70s. We moved to this building in the 90s, and it's a very beautiful old building.
It's great. When you walk in, the vibe in here is really great. There's textured walls, and now all of the art that's on the walls, these are members, right?
Yeah, so we reopened about a year and a half ago, and we decided that this space would be the Member Art Gallery because it's the biggest space that we have. So we want to show off local artists, we want to get them paid, we want their art to be seen. So it's full of members of the Art League's art.
So it's kind of cool, you know, maybe you come down during the week or on the weekend, you have lunch, you come in, you can look at the art, maybe you take some home.
Yes, so I kind of curate it, and I want to make sure there's a variety so that a lot of different art styles are seen. People feel accepted when they walk in. They feel like they're, you know, in a space that represents them. So we have like $3 stickers. We have paintings for a few $100s, sculptures, glass works, a lot of different stuff. So something for everybody.
Really runs the gamut. Now I want to ask you about those stickers. Now, you know, stickers are really cool. They're not just for kids anymore, and the artist that does them, tell me a little bit about her.
She's a digital artist, and she draws on like an iPad. She also can do fine art, like amazing. She's one of those people that's good at everything. So she makes stickers. She does like conventions and things as well. So her original designs, some kind of fan art type things. She's actually a tattoo artist now. I have one of her tattoos.
Oh, nice.
I love her work so much, but having the stickers in here and like the small items, notepads and things like that, they're functional, they're cute. If you can't afford a painting, you can support an artist by getting something a little more affordable and cute.
And it's shareable because if you purchase one of her cards, you know, you can send it to a friend. And who doesn't love mail? I love mail. Don't you love it when you get a letter in the, because it's all like advertisements and political things, you know, but a letter, very, very precious. The thing that stood out to me though, when I was walking around, was the octopus and the turtle. Those are just gorgeous.
Yeah, Lorraine Serbinski is a newer member here. She has photography here, but also those charcoal drawings. I love how big they are. It represents traditional art, and it's very dynamic and full of depth with the blacks and whites and like the shading,
And in addition to the tortoise and the octopus, she's also got a beautiful, I think it's a man of war. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but she really gets into nature.
Yeah, and her photographs are also like based around nature, but they're still lives and they're very like structured and organized and clever. So I feel like we see two sides of her with the charcoal and the photos.
Now we were talking about shareable art. What about wearable art? I see that you've got some really gorgeous scarves back there.
Yes. They are hand dyed by one of our members. She does different designs. She has some velvet and sheer and tie-dye and different things like that.
You got to mix it up, because
Yeah.
you can't be wearing, the heavy stuff in the winter or the summertime. You got to wear, right, something
Yeah,
lighter.
yeah.
There's also a lot of collage work. You have one that's almost 3D. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, the dioramas with the trees. So that is one of our members who combines, it's mixed media, but
Yeah.
she combines printmaking and painting with wire sculptures and like some found pieces like the rocks, and she does some like with driftwood and things. And the tree in front of the like painting that she does. She always combines several different techniques in her work.
It really is interesting when you see the tree itself, really beautiful. You have another artist that has several different things going on. I call it a collage because, mixed media, I guess I learned a new term. So tell me a little bit about the work over your shoulder.
Yeah, so that one is a collage.
Okay.
And she definitely likes to make statements in her work. We have a lot of pieces from her that have to do with like feminism and some
Yeah.
political commentary and stuff like that. I'm not actually too sure what she uses to make it besides some like
Spool,
paper
whatever it
and
is.
things.
Yeah. Tell me about the elephant. That's really interesting.
Oh, yeah, that is one of our members who actually won a exhibit opportunity in our window. We used to have a contest juried
Yeah.
show for that. So we have some of her work still in the gallery, and they're acrylic, and they include gold leaf and things like that to really make it pop.
So does she have a particular theme? Is this something where she's, I don't know, Africa or animals or anything tribal? I'm looking at it and it looks like there's so many things you can interpret from it.
There's more around the corner, and they're all elephants, and they do
Okay.
have some African themes going on with them.
So when people come, they can just explore it and discover all of this.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea, there's so much more that we want to talk about, but we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I'm Carol Long, and I'm curator of gardens here at Winterthur, and beauty just overflows on the 302.
Welcome back. We are at the Dover Art League talking to Chelsea about all of the beautiful pieces you can check out and take home. Now, Chelsea, how do you pick the pieces that you choose? You said that you like variety and everything,
Yeah.
so, you must just get so much.
Well, to get your art in the member art gallery, you have to be a member first. There's only a few guidelines that we require. I want variety, so I'm open to a lot of different mediums and styles and content. As long as it's like of a certain quality, I'm probably gonna say yes,
Yeah.
because I do want people to feel represented when they come in.
Yeah.
I like color a lot, but I like the moody stuff too. So.
Yeah. Now, we can't have you on the show and have you not talk about a certain artist in the gallery, Chelsea's mom. So tell me about your mom's art. She's a photographer, right?
Yeah, she takes wildlife photos.
Nice.
She's always at a nature reserve or something, and she sits and waits forever for like an owl or
Oh,
something
wow.
to appear. She has the gigantic lenses. She's a bird nerd. So,
A bird
yeah.
nerd. Well, I was gonna say this is the picture of the yellow bird over there. Is that hers?
Yeah, and those foxes over there. are hers.
That's amazing. So she sits out there for hours and waits.
Sometimes, yeah, and they call her the owl whisperer. She's like, a little bit famous among these wildlife people around here, and they just find her, I guess. But she also volunteers at Bombay Hook, so she's always out there anyway.
That's fantastic. Hey, Mom, say hi.
Hi.
So you have a lot of things that are going on throughout the year. People are going to check this out and they're going to go, oh, I got to get in there. You know, maybe they're local, they want to take a class or two. So what do you have going in terms of classes and ways that people can learn and maybe one day put something on your walls?
We have a lot of beginner classes for kids and adults. We have like traditional drawing. We have a lot of pottery classes. We have stained glass. For the kids, we have painting, like cartoon characters, just fun stuff, a little bit of like project-based art classes so they can just like get their hands dirty, you know, and try different things. We also have for adults like some workshops, so like a painting class to try to release anxiety and things like that. Yeah.
It really does, you know, when you get to painting, it really does kind of take your mind in another place. It's a stress release, like you said, to relieve anxiety. It just really helps you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you get kids started young, I mean, I can imagine there's so many benefits to that.
Yeah, and you don't have to be, you know, there's no pressure. Like, it's just about creating and expressing yourself.
Now the pottery, that's new, right?
No, actually,
No?
it's our most popular
Oh.
thing. We have a studio with 7 wheels. We have kilns, so students can learn how to throw on the wheel and make like pots and mugs and all kinds of things, and they glaze them and they're like ready to go, food safe and everything. We also have classes where you like hand build the pottery, so you can do different things.
So you can figure out what speaks to you whenever you're talking about pottery, whether it's a ghost movement, a moment, or it's something else. So
Yeah.
the stained glass, that's always fascinated me, you know, how you put that all together, how it's perfect, the cutting of the glass. Talk to me about that class.
Well, actually, we have some of the teachers are in our gallery too.
Oh, okay.
So you want to make sure you check that out.
Absolutely.
But they start by cutting the pieces, and there's like a pattern, and you have to solder, and it's a little bit like dangerous but fun. So,
Dangerous
yeah.
but fun.
Colorful, lots of, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we did a show on Tiffany glass, an exhibit that was at the Delaware Art Museum, and we fell in love. We absolutely did. So, special place in my heart. So, if somebody wants to take a class, where do they go? Where can they find out what classes are offered and get on a list, get in a class?
We have print catalogs in the building, so you can come in and sign up in person or grab a catalog, take it home and look at it. Our website, thedoverartleague.com, you can go there,
Sure.
find it all and register. We also always have classes in the Kent County Parks and Recreation catalog that goes out every season to everybody in Kent County. We have like 9 or 10 every time, so you can also register for different classes in there.
Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us and sharing all of this with us. We're going to wrap things up here so we can go talk to one of the artists who's actually exhibiting here, Aaron Hoffer. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ryan Grover, and I'm the director here at Rockwood Park and Museum. And I always think of spring when I think of the 302.
Welcome back. We are at the Dover Art League. We took a look around the galleries, but now we're going to take a deep dive with one of the artists, Aaron Hoffer. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about your art. It's mixed media. So what do you put into it, and what do you want people, or what are you trying to say?
Well, I think it's an absence of intention, really. And so it started out it's like a decade-long practice now. But, you know, I'm working with like things that were free to me at the time, like materials like gifted to me. So it was like I had to use what I had, and that led to, you know, a lot of incongruent materials being kind of pushed together in ways they don't want to be. And then from that, I kind of like cataloged like a series of like effects that I could garner from that sort of approach. And then, you know, as far as content, I think it's like kind of like watching, you know, clouds in the sky, and then everyone sees something different. And I kind of like, I like to see what people see in it. And then now I've entered this second phase where I've begun to go back in and like representationally bring some of those things out. And so some of these like dream like apparitions or something are starting to like come to life.
The colors are very vibrant. Is that an intentional thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think instead of playing it safe, I thought I might have an easier time because of my sensibilities and like going way overboard into the realm of like overstimulation and then dialing it back into a sense of balance instead of coming from the other direction.
It really is cool whenever you look at them, and I can see what you're saying about, you know, looking at the clouds kind of thing.
Yeah.
When I walked up to one of your most recent pieces, I thought it looked like an aquarium, and then I noticed there was a female form in the background, and so I was like, kind of like interpreting it.
Yeah, and so I get coral and ocean themes a lot in feedback from people, and so I've started to go in that direction a bit and bringing out some of these things carefully. Yeah, and so that's a painting where one of those things was suggested to me, and then I saw it, and then I brought it just enough out of the painting so that it's there, but I didn't lose any of like the spontaneity that was there to begin with that brought it out.
So it's almost interactive through the process.
Yeah, some of them get into the realm of like 3 or 4 turnovers, and I'm trying to push it in. I want to get to like 10 or something like that.
Yeah. So what is your process? I know that it looks like you've got acrylic and then you add other things, but whenever you're sitting down to do a piece, do you listen to special music? Do you have an idea, or you just kind of free flow?
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like I said, it was like a 10-year-long practice, and I would say at the beginning it was like music, kind of getting in like a trance sort of thing, and but my brain, especially since the pandemic, I needed something more, and so I've become like a voracious like audiobook listener while I'm working. I even like dial it up to twice the speed so I can get more books in.
Oh wow!
So
does that make you work faster?
Yeah, I get lost. I can focus on the reading and the work, and then I don't have to focus on anything else.
Yeah.
And I find my balance, like my best efforts come in that kind of context.
So what are you listening to? What kind of audiobooks?
Right now I'm trying to going through nonfiction, like historical books.
Okay.
Like Noam Chomsky.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying. Since I had kids, I'm trying to I took a look around. I'm trying to figure out where I am in the world actually, and so I'm trying to make up for what I feel like I didn't get in school. Like I didn't pay attention, didn't care, and didn't think about these things. And so
Well, now you can discover them.
Yeah.
And share them with your kids.
And those things are those topics are starting to enter into the representational side too.
Yeah.
They're growing out of the paintings now.
Now you have a DDOA grant, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that, and tell the folks at home what that is.
So that's the Delaware Division of the Arts. Every year they do the grant for, they have 3 categories: emerging, established, masters. I've been applying for, almost 10 years, and I got emerging artist for the painter category this time.
That's a really big deal. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so there's grant money that can go towards, my practice materials. I just purchased 6 months of my first studio space in Milford at Studio B.
Nice.
A brand new graphic design print shop painting studio down there.
So where do you see your art going? I mean, because you've been practicing this for 10 years and you just got your grant.
So I definitely like I said earlier, this kind of all grew out of using what I had and what I found and found objects and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the whole time I've been sort of cataloging all these ideas. Okay, how would I do this again if I had everything that I could think of to use? So now I'm going to go through those notes and use a lot of the money to like, get materials to like
Yeah.
reapproach the same kind of process, but like no holds barred, like
Yeah.
I can get whatever I want.
I think that's really cool, especially when you're creating anything, not just art, but, I find whenever I write something, because I do a lot of writing, that I just think no boundaries, and the creativity just kind of like,
It's like sort of hard to set up the scenario where you really feel like that. Like it's like lightning in a bottle or something like that. So yeah, when you figure it out, you gotta.
that freedom. Yeah. Well, Aaron, if someone wants to see more of your work, is there a website or somewhere they can go?
Yeah, AaronKeithHoffer.com, and then I have stuff here all the time at the Art League. I have stuff at Studio B. Right now, there's a show at the mezzanine gallery in the Carvel State Building, and so I'm hopefully somewhere soon after that too.
Fantastic. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck and congratulations again.
Thanks.
We'll be right back. I hope you're digging this tour of the Dover Art League. If you come down here in person, make sure you take a few pictures and tag us on Facebook. Now, here's a look at what else is going on in the community. For more information on any of the exhibits or how you can take some of this art home, visit thedoverartleague.com. That'll do it for this week's episode of The 302. Make sure you follow us on Facebook so you can see some behind-the-scenes content you're just not going to get anywhere else. We're going to leave you now with a beauty shot of Bradford Street in full bloom here in Dover. Until next time, I'm Jackie Ferris. Tell them you saw it on The 302.